Around a month ago, I made a video talking about the top 5 most overrated things in Dubai, and some people commented on the video asking me for the top 5 most underrated things in Dubai. So in today's video, I'll do just that, and I'll give you an insight into some of the things I didn't know before moving here that's been such a nice surprise to actually find out. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Rasmus. I'm the owner of Minix. That's a performance marketing agency where we specialize in helping e-commerce brands grow through UGC videos and paid advertising. Also, if you end up enjoying this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. That will massively help me out. I really appreciate that. And if you have any questions after watching this video, just leave your comment down below. I read all comments and respond to all questions. So if there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want to discuss or want clarification on, just leave it down below and I'll be happy to answer. And also, last thing before we get into it, I am flying tomorrow. So I'm shooting this Monday, 19th of June, and I'm flying on Tuesday, so tomorrow. So the video frequency on the channel for the next 2 months or so while I'm on vacation, I'll be traveling to Romania, Denmark, Sweden, Spain, a little bit all over Europe. While I'm traveling, the video frequency will probably be lower than the usual Tuesday and Thursdays upload. But if there's anything specific you want to see while I'm out traveling, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to, try and shoot some nice content while I'm out on vacation. But yeah, with that being said though, let's get straight into it. So the first thing that's actually super underrated about living in Dubai and moving to Dubai is that government services are all online and everything is like super fast. So Dubai has made a really good job of actually accommodating to foreigners and people moving here, whether it's getting a visa online or getting a business set up online. Like, there's no need really for you to go to any sort of city hall or anything like that to actually get stuff done besides getting your driving license, which you need to do like an eye test, but that's pretty much it. So just to give you an example, right? Let's say you're signing a lease agreement to move into an apartment somewhere and you need your Ijari. Your Ijari is like your government stamp of approval that you're actually renting this apartment and that you can use for getting a bank account and doing different stuff, right? You can literally just upload that online and get it approved within like 24 to 72 hours, I believe. And also like DIWA, for example, getting DIWA turned on, which is a government service that you need to have water and electricity. You just phone them up and tell them, hey, look, I'm moving into my apartment. Can you please turn on the water and the electricity? And I got it personally done within an hour because my moving situation was a little bit weird. But yeah, it took like an hour for them to turn it on. And I moved in like, I think an hour and a half after I had my Ijari, and it was already turned on. So everything in Dubai is like just super quick and everything is online, which I really appreciate. Like, for example, when I was in Denmark, right, and I needed to move to Spain last year, where I spent 6 months in Spain, I had to go to City Hall and wait around for like, I think it took an hour and a half or something, for them just to put into their system that I was moving out of the country. Because apparently if you live in Copenhagen, which is the capital, you're not able to just go online, because we do have a portal for that actually. You can't just go online to actually tell the country that you're moving out. You can move around in Denmark, but if you're moving out of the country, it's a whole different thing. Then you have to go to City Hall and sit around, wait, and then you have to like tell them I'm moving out, and then they're like, all right, give me 20 minutes and I'll put it into the system, which is super annoying. Also in Denmark, like we still have letters, for example, from the bank and stuff like that. In Dubai, you don't have that. It doesn't exist. I don't even know if paper is a thing here. I mean, I do have a printer, but you get the point. Everything in Dubai, like you just get on email or on text. That's it. There's nothing with physical letters that you actually get. Like there's no mail, there's no post. You don't get that here. It's just not a thing. Everything is digital, everything's online, which I really appreciate. The second thing that's super underrated about Dubai is that the city is alive literally 24/7. And what I mean by that is, regardless of the time of day, like there's always gonna be something you can get delivered. Like there's probably gonna be tons of options if, let's say, you want food at midnight or you just wanna, go around. There's always gonna be some people out on the streets and there's always gonna be some sort of life outside. Like, this city never sleeps. And if you're from Europe, for example, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you live in, let's say, Marbella, or you live in Copenhagen, or you live in some sort of big city in Europe, after 10 p.m., like most things, or after midnight or something like that, most things are gonna be closed and this majority of the city is just gonna be dead. It's not like that in Dubai. Like if you take a drive on Sheikh Zayed Road, which is like the main highway, at 11 or 12 p.m. at midnight in December, for example, you're probably gonna be stuck in like a traffic jam. because there's just so many people and everyone is out doing stuff. Also here in Dubai, it's super easy to just go out for dinner and then have the dinner end at like 11, 12 p.m. That's happened for me multiple times when I've been out with my friends. You know, you'll meet up at 9 p.m. usually. It's kind of like how it is in Spain, but then dinner just drags on, because if you're like at a nice spot or something, like there's a little bit of a show, you have a good conversation, and things just drag on for a long time. Like it's just a little bit of a different time zone, like how do people manage their day if compared to like if you're in Denmark or if you're in Germany, or I'm assuming the US and UK as well. But in general, the city is just alive 24/7. Doesn't matter if you want takeaway, doesn't matter if you just want to go out for a walk or something late at night. There's always going to be people around, which is super nice. The third most underrated thing about Dubai is that the toilets here and roads are super clean. And you don't even know how much you appreciate that until you actually try it. So like, let's say I have Marina Mall, for example, close to me, but if you're in any sort of mall or in a gym or something, like things are just gonna be spotless. That's just how it usually is in Dubai. If you go to Marina Mall, for example, middle of the day, and you go into the toilet, I guarantee you it's gonna be squeaky clean, and there's not gonna be any sort of disgusting things on the toilet seat or anything like that. If you're in the movies, for example, I was at a cinema 2 weeks ago to watch some sort of movie, and then I had to use the bathroom afterwards, and like it was just squeaky clean. And that's something that it's not something you think about, but when you actually have to use it, like it's so nice. And same with the roads. That's why you also pay a lot for DIWA. They have this 5% housing fee. So you pay 5% of your annual rent. You pay that every single month. And that also goes to Dubai being able to clean up the roads. And so you'll see actually on TikTok or Instagram, something like that, people doing these like challenges in Dubai. There's also a challenge going around now where they put like car keys on their car and just leave the car unlocked. But there's also people doing these sort of challenges where they'll walk around on the like just a normal road in Dubai, for example the marina, walking around barefoot and seeing how long they can go before, you know, they get anything stuck in the foot or something. And it just doesn't happen. And that's because you pay your housing fee, for example, which allows Dubai to fund these sorts of things where they can actually take care of the city. And so it's the complete opposite basically compared to if you walk in any major city in Europe or in UK or something like that, where like there's just shit everywhere on the road. It's just not like that in Dubai. It's the complete opposite. They take really good care of the city. And so for example, in September and October and November here in the marina, for example, they'll go out of their way to actually prep the entire marina for the high season, which is, you know, November till Feb. This is where like all the tourists comes because the weather is nice and people just want to get on vacation, get out of their miserable cold country. So what they'll do here, for example, is that they will oil and paint all the benches here in the marina. So there's like a ton of benches around the marina if you just want to sit or something, but they literally prep everything here and just make sure that everything is spotless for when tourists actually come to visit, which is really nice, and it's something I really appreciate about being here. The fourth thing is that gas is incredibly cheap, and also the service level when you actually fill up your gas tank. So gas here is around 80 cents per liter. I don't know what that is in gallons. Maybe my editor can make a quick conversion, but it's around 80 cents USD for 1 liter of gas, which is around 70% cheaper than what you pay in Denmark, for example, which is like standard rates. Same in the UK. I have some friends from UK and we kind of compared. It's kind of the same price. So in Dubai, your gas bill is basically 70% cheaper. And not only that, they also fill up the tank for you. So whenever you roll up to a gas station, you don't even exit your car. They just come to your window, ask you, hey, do you want, I think they call it premium something here, which is like normal gas, like whatever you would get for a typical car. And they'll just ask you like, hey, is it the normal gas you want? And do you want a full tank? You just say yes. They fill it up for you. They come with the terminal and then you just pay. So it's super easy. You don't have to get out of your car. So for example, if you're in Dubai in June, July, August, where it's literally miserable, you can just have your AC on and chill while they fill up your car, which is really amazing, honestly. Like the service level here for some of the things is just unmatched. I've never ever experienced not having to step out of my car to get gas. And the fact that, you know, they fill it up for you and you pay like virtually zero, like gas in my head, when I see the gas bill for like a full tank, I'm like, that's basically free. And so yeah, it's literally amazing and super underrated, which at least I didn't know about. Maybe you do, but something I didn't know about before getting to Dubai. And then the last thing on my list is that AC and Wi-Fi is literally everywhere. So the Wi-Fi part of it is actually super helpful also for tourists, because when you come here on a tourist visa and you don't have, you know, a actual phone plan set up here in Dubai, you get a free SIM card, which has like 1 GB of data, which is valid for 24 hours. And so after that, you know, either you have to pay for data or you have to find places with Wi-Fi. And in Europe, for example, it's just not really a thing. Like you can go into plenty of restaurants and malls and stuff like that where there's no Wi-Fi or shitty Wi-Fi, and so you can't really get around. You can't even book a taxi or something. And so on a day-to-day, if you're a tourist somewhere, if you don't have like international roaming, for example, like there can just be a lot of friction. But here in Dubai, like you can get into a taxi, and in a lot of them there is Wi-Fi also provided by Du. If you're in any sort of mall, they have Wi-Fi, and they have good Wi-Fi. If you're in a restaurant, they 9 out of 10 times have Wi-Fi as well, or you can always just ask the waiter like, hey, Wi-Fi, do you have that? And yeah, 9 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10 times, it will be a yes. If you're in a gym, there's Wi-Fi. That's not a thing in Denmark, for example. And the same with AC. You know, here in Dubai, summer gets really, really hot, which is not super pleasurable. But because taxis are so cheap, you can just get a taxi, and in the taxi, there's obviously AC. And then you drive to a mall, for example, or restaurant, and in there will be AC running. So in the summer, for example, it's a big, big lifesaver that you don't really have to be outside if you don't want to. The only time of the day I'm really outside is either if I'm playing tennis or if I'm working out, because my style of training just requires me to really work out outside because there's the special equipment I need. But other than that, like I'm literally surrounded by AC all the time, which is really amazing. In Denmark, for example, I think most people in Europe has experienced this. Like if it's peak summer, it's just super hot. Like wherever you go, it's just hot and miserable, and you're just sweating all the time. And sure, you do that in Dubai as well if you're outside, but if you're not outside, you're actually not sweating. Like it's just perfectly tempered, or sometimes it's even a little bit cold, so you can wear like a sweater or something, which is really nice. But yeah, that pretty much sums up my list of the top 5 most underrated things in Dubai that I didn't know before actually moving here, and I hope you found some real value in this. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to your channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below. As I said, I respond to all questions. And just to remind you, if there's anything specific you want to see while I'm traveling to Europe, just leave it down below and I'll be happy to shoot whatever you guys want and see if I can accommodate to your request. But yeah, that's pretty much it from this time. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.